getting into gaming, because that's around the time you actually got into gaming. Is that correct?
So yeah, I've gamed my whole life.
Uh-huh.
I mean, man, I remember the first console I was a Dreamcast.
Really?
So I had a Dreamcast, I had PS1, PS2, 360, to PS4, PS5, PC.
Right.
You know, if I played, I go to friends' houses, I play GameCube. I've always just played games.
So what was the first game that you could remember like playing that really like got you into the gaming thing?
The first game I can remember me playing was Ready to Rumble on Dreamcast.
Ooh, that's a game right
and
there.
that was really fun because I got to play with my brother.
Right.
But probably as we got older, the PS1. Playing the Maddens and like some of the, I forgot the basketball games at the time, but me, my dad, my uncle, my brother, we would play. It wasn't Fight Night, but it was a Muhammad Ali boxing game.
Okay.
I can't remember the name, but it's really he's standing over Frazier. I remember the casing of it, but it was a Muhammad Ali boxing game, and so that's the game we probably always played. And then that's when I was like 5 at the time, but I was just always playing.
From then on, you were just playing.
Yeah, always.
So when did you finally get into the Call of Duty?
So the latter part of that is when I got the 360.
Okay.
We ended up trading. My dad had a friend who worked at GameStop.
Okay.
So he said if you trade on your PS2, all the games, all your memory cards, and all your controllers, he'd give us an Xbox 360 and a game and a controller. So I'm like, okay, like hell yeah, like I'm gonna do that. Right. And my parents are trying to pay $300 for that.
Facts.
So they said they did that, and I ended up getting a few games, but I ended up getting Halo 3.
Ooh.
So that was probably the first like real like actual game I got like so into. That's probably the only still multiplayer games I could play by myself, play with friends. I played it split screen.
Right.
I have so many man hours on it.
Right.
So I ended up getting MW2 because that was the same time it dropped.
Right.
But I didn't understand how to play the game, like multiplayer. I played Big Red 1 and all that stuff like that, the campaigns, but the multiplayer portion, I never played it. So I really never liked MW2. It was whatever to me. It was like, okay, cool. But it was like MW3 and then BO1. BO1 was what it is. Okay. BO1 was a game I really multiplayer-wise got into.
Okay. Is that, so Call of Duty was probably like your first FPS game?
Nah, not like multiplayer, absolutely.
Right, multiplayer, okay.
Yeah, because
Well, no, because
no,
I guess Halo.
Halo.
I forgot you said Halo. Yeah.
So Halo would have been the first. That was the first ever multiplayer game I had.
Okay, and you obviously did well enough in Halo because you put that many hours in.
I put a lot of hours in. I was young though. I didn't know we were. Those are the montages back in the day. I didn't know what an HPVR and stuff.
Right.
I was just playing. I got like to Colonel Grade 2.
Okay.
I was a pretty high ranked. I played a lot of socials, ranked, customs, everything you could think of. So, I never gamed though competitively.
Okay.
That was the thing about me. I just love to have fun. Like, I just see 6 hours, 8 hours go by. The competitive thing I'm not the biggest competitive guy.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
Okay.
I'm actually really not. And that's probably why I'm the way I am now. I just like to have fun. I like to have good vibes. I like to enjoy the time with my friends or my community or everything like that. So that's kind of my side of it.
Okay. So is it fair to say that without you, there wouldn't be no Swagg? And the reason why I say that is because you're the one that actually introduced him in the Call of Duty.
I think
I'm trolling, but you know what I mean.
I don't know. I can kind of take credit for it.
Right.
But I think one of my friends could have still like introduced him to it because we were around the 360.
Right.
But all my friends all our friends or mutual friends lived like 30, 45 minutes away from us.
Right.
And I lived 5 minutes away from him growing up.
Right.
So I was the one that can physically bring him the Xbox over to his house. So maybe he would have found his way. I don't want to. That's a question you probably have to ask him.
I should have asked him.
Yeah, I don't want to take too much credit for it, but I will take the credit that I did show him.
Right.
And I did like open his eyes to this world.
Right.
Like I said, I remember like it's yesterday. I remember he used to ask his mom for a 360. That's all he wanted for Christmas.
Right.
He begged her to get it, and when he did, it was over. And so and I was happy he got it. And even I never knew we'd be doing this.
Right, because you guys are doing it.
But I was just like, I can never play with like one of my really good friends on the game. And that's the mindset of that.